Restart.
Okay.
Break. Cut.
Welcome to my show, The Ceiling. Because here on The Ceiling, we're above you, and we always will be. And today we will be talking about cheating. Now, every one of you cheats, but we can all agree that cheating is bad. Yet we all do it anyway. Now, I'm going to tell you why it's not so bad as you think. And with me to explain that are three experts on cheating, Seth, Jimmy, and Alex. They've spent many hours studying cheating, and they know their stuff. Specifically, Seth is going to be telling us about cheating on a significant other and why it's all right sometimes, surprisingly enough. Jimmy was going to be telling us why you should cheat death, aside from the obvious reasons, I guess. And Alex will be telling us about cheating the system, or the government, and why you should do that. So, before we start, what is cheating? According to Merriam-Webster.com, published in 2015, which I accessed on November 29th of 2015, cheating is defined as to violate rules dishonestly. But rules are not always moral or correct. The law sometimes makes mistakes. It's not. Just because something says it is doesn't mean it is moral.
Without further ado, Alex, step up to the plate.
So first, Alex is going to tell us about cheating the system. So, would you like to tell us a bit about that, Alex?
Well, a lot of people cheat on their taxes. In fact, according to Kirk Hansen in his article titled A Nation of Cheaters, published to the Santa Clara University website on January 19, 2003, 1/4 of Americans surveyed claimed that it's acceptable to cheat on their taxes. Now, that seems awfully vague, but in reality, most of us will cheat on our taxes or already have. For example, you're a babysitter for little Billy, and parents give you this sweet $1 bill for playing video games with him. Now, this technically qualifies as income, so it should be taxable by the government, right? Yeah, that's the law, but you won't get prosecuted. It's illegal, but you won't get prosecuted for it. So even if you did the right thing and put it as taxable income, you just get some of it eaten away, and Jimmy ate this for emphasis. See, taxes were made by man. That means, according to the government's ethics, you may be doing something wrong, but to most humans out there, they don't feel it's wrong to do a little cheating on their taxes, even if it's like $1 or something. That's what a lot of people will do. Because it's the government's ethics and you're not the government. So another example of cheating the system in history would be Prohibition, when in 1920 the 18th Amendment was put into effect, when the U.S. government banned people from selling, producing, buying, importing, and exporting alcohol. It made it difficult to obtain liquor, thus it would reduce the consumption of it. So people didn't fight back with peaceful protests and handwritten letters. No, alcohol is a tradition in many cultures. Alcohol tastes good. Many thought it was a natural right to have alcohol. So many broke the law, and they got away with it easily. According to the 1994 edition of the World Book Encyclopedia, accessed on November 29 of 2015, alcohol was made illegally, sold illegally in bars known as speakeasies. It was even smuggled from Canada. Even physicians prescribed medicinal liquors. Because they cheated the system and they drank it anyway, Prohibition was eventually abolished. So basically, when the rules in place are unfair, it's okay to break those already crooked kind of rules.
But that's interesting stuff, Alex.
Why, thank you.
Now, everyone cheats the government, but one thing not a lot of people have cheated on or have experience with is cheating on a relationship. And so Seth here is going to explain us why one should cheat with a relationship.
Give me 1 second, my side chick is texting me. But, well, you should only cheat in a relationship if the other person's abusive or not even in the relationship.
Well, why would you not just leave? Why would further the cheating if you could just walk
Well,
away?
because most people are scared. According to truthofdeception.com, published in 2015 that I accessed on November 22nd of this year. Most men are scared. Why? Because if they divorce their spouse, she'll leave with half. Like, come on. They want everything. They don't want to be divorced and not have anything left. And for when they're abusive in the relationship, according to a Scarlet Letter published in 1850 by Nathaniel Hawthorne, that I read also on November 22nd this year, there was this girl, her name's Hester. She was sent over to Boston by her husband, and he was soon to come there later. But years went by, and he never showed up. So she thought he was dead. So, she felt lonely, and so she had technically an affair with another man because it ended up being that her husband was alive. And so it wasn't intentional. It was unintentional, but she cheated.
The old
But he wasn't in the
castaway
picture.
situation.
Yeah, basically. So really, she didn't do anything wrong. She didn't try to cheat on him, but she did because he wasn't there. So that's why you should cheat in a relationship.
All right.
I
Thank
agree.
you for informing us.
That's totally logical.
Now, lastly, Jimmy is going to tell us about cheating death.
Very useful information. All right, there are many ways to cheat death. One of the biggest ways to cheat death is due to modern technology. With advances in scientific developments, there are modern machines that are able to sustain life for human beings that would otherwise be lost. These machines cheat death in a variety of ways. One of the most common machines used to cheat death is the ventilator, also known as the respirator. This machine works by pumping. A tube goes in your windpipe through your nose or your mouth, and then the end's attached to an electric pump, and medicine gets pumped into it as well as air, so you can help your lungs breathe when your lungs couldn't work it out. This information was from WebMD.com, accessed on November 23rd, 2015. Some people get medicine to help them with the uncomfortable sleeping and breathing machine, but without that, they could be dead. So it's cheating death by living longer. The purpose of this machine allows someone with lung failure or somebody who has trouble breathing to breathe better. It is a positive example of why cheating can be beneficial. Without it, lung failure can end up getting you dead. There are many more machines that could allow you to cheat. For example, the defibrillator sends an electrical shock through your body. If your heart stops and allows it to restart again. With these advances in science, people wouldn't have the privilege of cheating death, and the world would be a worse place without them. After that, so the machines are one way of cheating death. That's the commonly known one. The less commonly known way of cheating death is to make a deal with the devil. Yeah, it's been done. And I have contracts with the devil. I've done it. It works. By the way, yeah, so according to Lawrence Hill's book, Somebody Knows My Name, sometimes a deal with the devil is better than no deal at all. So you could either take a deal with the devil and get life, or you could die. It's pretty clear what you should do. This is true in cases such as vampires, where dying and a desperate person may trade his soul for everlasting life. I mean, what do you need a soul for if you're already alive? It's half the point. The gift of immortality is cheating death and allows the person to live forever for just one easy payment of one soul. Many people fear death, and one way to cheat it forever.
Where would you get the soul from?
Well, it's inside of you, so you
So
already
you
have
give
it. Everyone
somewhere
comes with one
someone.
soul. You just can't give
Can
another
you
one.
give someone else your soul?
If you're the devil, you can like deal souls around
If
like
you're
poker
Oprah.
chips.
Oprah say.
Oprah? No, Oprah can't do that. Donald Trump maybe if he's president. No, I'm kidding. Let's see. Many people fear death, and that's a good way to cheat it. He has a 4 out of 5 star on Yelp if you want to look up the devil. And it seems to be very helpful for people in need of extending their life. Deals with the devil have been frowned upon for the slight downside of you losing your soul, but it's never less than the deal with the devil has a very positive way to cheat death and help you stay alive forever and get ahead in the world. Because if you cheat death and you're alive forever, you can do a lot of things forever.
Now, Jimmy, some people would argue that cheating death or these unholy contracts with the devil would,
Unholy, defined unholy.
some people would say that they go against the natural order of things, kind of disrupt certain things that were meant to be. What would you
I
say?
can understand that opinion, but for example, Seth MacFarlane almost entered the plane that crashed during 9/11. It was a horrible situation, but since he was hungover and didn't board the plane, he was fortunate enough to cheat death and live to create great masterpieces like Family Guy, The awesome shows. Like, without that, the world would be a sadder place. People would be unhappy, and he probably made a deal with the devil that day to get all this accomplished.
Can't argue with that logic.
Exactly. Can't argue. All you can say.
Right. So today we talk about cheating, death, relationships, and the government. So hopefully you can see from these extremely persuasive experts on the subject that cheating is sometimes alright to do. Therefore you should do it more.
And Jimmy, can I have my dollar back?
No, I ate it.
Alright.